Yes, sir. I've got some good news for you. If you own the JRL 2020T trimmers, stay tuned. This video may just change the game for you. Alright, so I recently made a video about the JRL 2020 clippers and trimmers. And I think the title was something like, are they fire or should they be thrown in the fire? And I gave my honest review about the clippers, and I talked about how much I really like the clipper. The clipper, man, the quality is just amazing as far as the build, the ergonomics. I like everything about it. I kind of made a statement and said, you know, one of the things maybe that would be a con, if there was a con, was that it opens up, you know, to a full 1A, kind of like the Masters. And for me, even though I said it was a con, I still like the option. I still like the fact that, you know, you can open up that wide. And if you don't like it, something you can do is just close it a little bit more, you know, close it a notch or two, and you have that same system that you would have with a Wall Senior. And basically, you know, I've been a Wall Senior guy for 20 plus years, right? So for me, the con was that it opened a little bit more, and you know, it kind of threw off my system a little bit, and it's just something I had to get used to, which that's something I do as a barber, right? I pick up a new pair of clippers, you got to get used to them. It's just how it is. But I made a statement about the trimmers. Said the same thing about the trimmers. Man, ergonomics, fire. I love the build quality. You can tell that it's really quality material and all that stuff. Great stuff. You know, I just talked about the battery life. It was great. I said the only problem is these trimmers don't hit. And obviously, if you have a pair of trimmers, you want them to hit. And for me, I actually bought 2 or 3 pair. So, you know, whenever I buy something, I like to buy a lot of them. Just my personality. It's my style. But whenever you buy something and none of them hit, then it becomes, you know, it's a disappointment because you spent good money on a good quality product and it just doesn't seem to be performing the way you want it to, right? So I shared in my video that I just couldn't get them to hit, and I said, listen, I've seen them hit on videos. I've seen them hit on videos. So if there is a way to get these trimmers to hit, please let me know, because I said I want them to hit. Nobody wants to buy something and it not work properly, right? So, you know, I actually was just trying to reach out to you guys and say, if you know something I don't know, please let me know, because I would love for them to hit. And guess what? Someone, you know, commented down below, and they gave me a little hack and said, you know, try this out. This is what I did, and they hit like butter. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and give the shout out to Mr. Eleazar Barrios, and this is what he said. Remove the 2 small screws under the blade. Now loosen the screws that holds the wire that holds the cutting blade. Push it forward. Put the blade set back on the trimmer, then zero gap it just like the clipper, and they slice hair like butter. So when I read that, I was like, hey, you know, it started piquing my interest. I was like, could this really be? I mean, could it really be? So I went ahead and tried it out. Guess what? It works. So I'm going to show you today just a little video clip of me using them and proving that, hey, I got these things hitting now. They slice. And also what I love about these trimmers, and something I said before, is there's like a harsh cut and then there's like a soft cut. And not that it's not like slicing, you know, like, it's hard to explain. It just feels harsh when you use certain clippers, and it feels like smooth butter, like he was saying with others. So I like that smooth, soft feel when I'm fading and you know, doing lineups and things like that. And these clippers and trimmers, they have that smooth, buttery feel. I just needed them to hit. So what I love now that I have them hitting is that even though they're hitting nice, I keep asking the customers, how do they feel? Are they too sharp? What's happening? And they're like, nah, man, like it's smooth like butter. And what's crazy is, I mean, I have these things, you know, zero gapped. They're zero gapped, right? And they're smooth like butter from what my customers are saying. They're smooth, it feels good, no irritation, but we're still getting that hit. So watch this video so you can see what I'm talking about. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just show you what I did that Eleazar told me about. I'm just gonna walk it out so you can see it, actually the progression, what to do, and you can do it yourself. And I believe, and I'm hoping, that you get the same results that I did. Alright guys, so we have the JRL 2020T clipper, or trimmer rather. And I told you guys before that I want to show you guys what I did to, you know, modify my clipper, or adjust it rather. Really not a modification, just needs to be adjusted a little bit to get them to really hit. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to take out these two screws. Already started taking this one out, make things a little bit quicker. And we're just going to go ahead and boom, take this blade off. Alright, so that whole bracket comes off. So now, alright, so now that we have that off, we're going to go ahead and loosen these two screws. And as you can see, the newer JRL 2020T trimmers have this little metal bar that goes across there. Some of the older ones have a flat bar that goes across, and that's something that I'll show in a different video how to adjust. However, these newer ones with this bar right here, basically what you want to do is simply loosen up these screws. Just going to loosen it up, not take them all the way out, but we're just going to go ahead and loosen them. Alright, once we loosen those screws, this bar actually needs to go forward. So what I like to do to get it to go forward is I just use the piece that's already on there to really push against that bar, right? I want to push against it as far as I possibly can, just to give that tension. Alright, so now I'm putting pressure against that bar. I'm pushing it this way. And now it doesn't matter if the blade itself is, you know, out of alignment. That's fine. My main thing is I just want to push that bar forward as far as possible. And then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to tighten this thing down. Alright. Once again, I want to push that thing as far as possible. And then I'm going to tighten it down. And it doesn't really look like it moves a whole lot, you know. But it does something. It does something. So, there again, push it down, Just make sure everything is tightened up as tight as possible. Alright, now that we have that bracket, we'll just pop that blade back down as you saw. I just pushed it, it popped it back down into place. Now I can, if I need to, straighten up that bar a little bit, that's fine. So now that we have that, we don't have to zero gap it just yet. However, what we are going to do is we're just going to slide it right back on in place where it goes. And then we're going to put the screws back in. Alright, so now that we have that done and the screws are back in, now we just simply zero gap it. So how do you zero gap it? You just loosen these two screws, you adjust your blade, you set it how you want it to be set, and then you just tighten the screws back up. And that's what I did to get these things to hit. So until next time, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified on the videos that I drop in the future. God bless you guys. Peace. I'm out here.